A lot of people have been asking us what a typical day or week is like with the puppies. And while for the most part we try to keep it as uniform as possible just to make sure that they're not having a hard time adapting with things, we do have situations where we have guests over or we're traveling or something where the schedule might be augmented a little. But typically, they start their day at 8, then 11 they go out to play again, 2 o'clock they play again, 5 o'clock they play again, and then 9 o'clock is their last chance to get, their legs stretched. In between those times, they're generally in their room playing with each other, and we also have like enrichment toys with them. But recently, their favorite has been cow hoofs because we found a pretty good provider for that. I am going to try and go to Costco to see if I can get beef bone, but I'm not sure if they sell that here. I know in the US you can get it, but I'm not too sure about Japan. In between the times they're going out, my brother and I try to stop in at least 2 to 3 hours a day with them. I'm not at all one time, but scattered throughout the day. We spend between 2 to 3 hours with the puppies. And in that time, we're either doing like enrichment stuff with them, training, or just playing in general. And of course, sometimes they're just hanging out with us, like watching TV or something. We're very fortunate that our job allows us flexibility. And so I'm very thankful for that because I think if we didn't have that ability, then it would be even more difficult to raise these puppies. Next month, the puppies are going to be turning 2, which I'm really excited about because they say dogs are able to grow in size until they turn 2 years old. And so I'm kind of excited to see where our babies end at. I feel like they're a lot smaller than a lot of dogs out there, or at least a lot of Labrador retrievers, but we'll see. Recently, we've also been struggling with getting the house ready for winter, especially their room. As you can imagine, with 9 dogs, the pet dander and fur is crazy. And while the fur is relatively easy to deal with because we vacuum their area every time they leave their room, the dander is something that I've been combating for the last 6 months. So our current project this week with the puppies is to build a larger or several larger air purifiers to hopefully keep the room clean during the winter time. During the summer, spring times, all the windows are open with the fans blowing out. So there's a lot of good circulation and a lot of clean air coming into their room. So for the most part, dander is relatively under control. But as you can imagine, when the temperature drops down to about 10 to 15 degrees, we really can't leave the windows open, not only for them but for us. So we really need something that will purify the air so that we're not breathing in all of that bad stuff. So we're working on a plan for that now, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys when we finally figure everything out. We're also trying to figure out a schedule for them to bathe during the winter time. Our house has heating, which is okay, which is fine. It keeps the house nice and toasty. But also, bathing 9 dogs in an enclosed area becomes a challenge. And while my brother's bathroom is quite large, it's just difficult because just moving them around and stuff like that, it's pretty difficult in a confined area. But I am really worried about the dander issue, so we're definitely going to have to try and bathe them at least once a month during the winter. As they are becoming 2 years old, we're trying to give them a little bit more independence as far as being able to walk around the house. Not gonna lie, from puppyhood up until recent, they've been pretty bad at destroying walls. As you can imagine, through that process, I've pretty much become a master at repairing drywall, but it's not something that I want to continue doing into the future. So I'm hoping they follow their father's footsteps and become pretty lax and chill dogs in their 2s. For their dad, Cole, it was really like that. Up until he was 2 years old, he was so naughty. And then all of a sudden, he became this really well-behaved dog. I won't lie, he has his moments now sometimes, but for the most part, he's really good. And I'm hoping history will repeat itself and they follow their mom and dad's footsteps. But yeah, that's pretty much our update for now. We're preparing for winter. The puppies are also preparing for winter. I don't know if you guys watched the other video I posted, but I'm trying to feed them a little bit more just so that they have some meat on their bones to fight off the cold. And the other day, there was our first hailstorm, which they loved because they love eating ice and snow. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update and answer some questions. And yeah, we're just going to prepare for winter and we're ready for the next big snowstorm. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.